Hey plant gang, take a look at this heart-shaped leaf on this plant with one of the coolest common names. This is Brunnera macrophylla, Siberian bugloss. And why do they call it that? It's actually a Greek word. It means like a rough ox's tongue, and it also maybe refers to the shape of the leaf. Maybe the leaf is a little bit like an ox's tongue, I don't know, but I always think of it as a heart-shaped leaf. Now where I am in eastern Tennessee in zone 7A, Brunnera is not a superstar in the landscape. It's just, I think, impacted a little bit by our heat and humidity. And so I've got it in a little bit of a protected area here, and it does fine. The one that's in my hand, this cultivar that's in my hand, is called Jack Frost. It's probably the most popular Brunnera. But we just want you to know Brunnera in general. And this cultivar has this white mottling in the leaf that's quite nice. But as you move into places with a little bit cooler nights, Brunnera becomes more of a staple of the landscape. And in fact, over the last 5 years, there's been a real kind of, I'd say, influx, rise in cultivars that are available for Brunnera. And it is a really nice plant. In the spring, it's covered with bluish purple flowers, maybe even a little bit more towards the blue side. It's done well here in this protected location, in this little bit shadier location on the corner of this building where it gets early shade from the side of this building, and I actually see some seedlings that it has produced over time. It's a great landscape plant in the right situation. I wouldn't recommend it necessarily for the deep south by any means. Maybe you've got a different experience with it, and you can make some comments about that in the comment section. But I love the deep venation that's in this leaf. As you start to look at it, it's quite beautiful. The modeling and the patterning on the leaf is quite beautiful. This is a great plant. I actually wish we could grow it a little bit better in eastern Tennessee and in central Tennessee than we can grow it. But when I see it and it's really showing out, it is a spectacular plant. So again, here we have Brunnera macrophylla, the Siberian bugloss. This is a rhizomatous clump-forming perennial that has really grown primarily in shady areas because of its attractive, heart-shaped, dark green or mottled foliage, and its small blue, forget-me-not-like flowers with white centers. It's a very airy bloomer. It's kind of a wispy shaped bloom that's quite nice. Hardy from zones 3 through 8 can get about 1 to 2 foot high, spreading out 1 to 2 foot wide. There are some larger, bulkier cultivars that you can buy. Bloom time typically early April all the way into May, depending on exactly where you're at. Again, loves to be in the shade and a little bit protected areas. Almost can be used as a ground cover, a naturalizing plant. Even here in East Tennessee, where I would say it's not a fantastic grower, it has done a little bit of colonization of this area and has become a little bit of a ground cover as well. Rabbits don't like it, which is kind of cool for a herbaceous plant if you do have rabbit problems, and I think it has to do with the rough texture of the foliage. Here's a landscape tip. This is a wonderful herbaceous perennial for shady places in the landscape. Seek out cultivars that are known to be more heat tolerant.